Hey guys, Matt here with 1HP and welcome to Quick Fire Questions, where I just answer a lot of questions that I've received across the internet about esports medicine, injuries, performance, anything you guys are curious about to help you guys maximize your performance and your health as a gamer. So today's question comes from Cody, or at SharkPussy on Twitter. And he asks, I'm 17 and I've been playing Fortnite competitively for a little bit now, and I have a lot of 7-hour sessions. That's a lot. And my hands are scaring me a little bit, so I want to get ahead of this problem and was wondering if you could take some time to help me out. He follows that up with, I don't know what videos to do, and I also don't know if you can overstretch. Like, can you maybe give me a video to do when I wake up, before I play, and after, or is that too much stretching? And I also hear you should stretch in between games. Is this true? Sorry this is so long. Yes, that was pretty long. Let's try to break it down one by one. So the first part is he wants to get ahead of this problem of maybe he has a little bit of aching in his hands. And the first thing I want to say is, hey, I'm a pretty big Fortnite player myself. I totally understand the grind. I know it's a lot of APMs. I am going to be coming out with a more in-depth video or series about Fortnite and the pain that it can potentially cause based on the high amount of APMs that it has. And for those that don't know what APMs are, it's actions per minute. So first answer, I want to say that overall, the big approach should be, as I've mentioned so many times before, to build up your endurance. And for those that don't know what I'm referencing when I say overheating, our bodies act like an overheating meter. Every time we click or move the mouse or press any keys, our muscles on our tendons, they gradually overheat, with overheating representing tissue strain. And there's a lot of things that we can do to allow it to heat up more slowly or cool down more quickly. But the most important part of this is that we're trying to increase the size of our meter, basically being able to handle the repeated stress of a high APM game like Fortnite for long periods of time. And to do that, you have to do endurance-based or strengthening exercises, and that's the main thing I want you, Cody, to focus on. And I know we spoke a little more about this, but I wanted to create this video to give you some better context about what I described. So the second part of this question is, I don't know what videos to do when, and I also don't know if you can overstretch. Like, maybe you can give me a video to do when I wake up, before I play, and after, or is that too much stretching? And I also hear you should stretch in between games. Is this true? First off, I want to start by saying that I think it's really great that you're asking me for specific videos to do before, in between, and after your games, because absolutely there are things that you can do specific to before you play, or in between games and after you play. And in general, before you play, the things that you want to do are warm up, or if it's 1 to 2 hours before you play, the routine I sent you, the 9-minute wrist warrior routine, which is meant to build up endurance, that's a good general exercise to do, or general routine to do, to help build up or work on the conditioning of your wrist and hands so that you can handle the long periods of time that you're playing Fortnite. And in terms of in between games, yes, I think stretching is a really, really great exercise that you can do in between the games, especially when there's a lot of downtime. If you break the scrim block, if you are waiting for Q for the next game. And I know when you get into high Champions League, especially with solos, it can take a really long time to get into Q. And doing some recovery-based exercises like self-massage, stretching, some active range of motion, so just moving through certain ranges of motion for specific muscles, can be helpful in sort of recovering or allowing your muscles to recover as you're waiting. And typically what I recommend is before you warm up, in between, and after is when you do recovery. So stretching and self-massage as primary tools, and then utilizing other things like ice, heating, kinesio tape, or even compression as a way to help with recovery post-session. So in terms of the actual videos that you can do, I sent over to you in our DMs the 9-minute wrist warrior video, and this is just a general routine to help you build endurance. But I do want to have a caveat. It's not just about adding exercises, it's also about monitoring how much you play. An example is that if you exercise every single day with the right volume or sets and reps, you continue to play 10 to 12 hours every day, it doesn't really allow your tendons to rest and will still continue to irritate the tendons, causing any further discomfort at your wrist and hand.